Try is a first-person puzzle adventure from Rat King Games. Unlike other FPS games where you run around shooting and trying to kill people, in this game you're more challenging yourself with puzzles that can get rather complex. The game's been well tutorialised in that when you start out you're just exploring without any powers, and gradually you gain more powers. For example, once you've learnt to navigate the triangles that have been left behind by the great odd gods of the Ikean people, which turn out to be the fox gods, which you are chasing through the temples and different levels to find out their story and why they have gone a little mad and their friendship has collapsed. But yeah, whilst you're learning how to navigate them, you gain the ability to first place and remove triangles, which tutorializes you to that, and they even state yourself that there is no fixed path through the game. You can roam as freely as you like, there's no wrong way to go, just as long as you get the 3 idols from each level and take them to the exits. They've gated off the levels quite well so you can't get completely lost, and that could be frustrating for a lot of people. But in no time at all, because as they stand in standard triangle placing, it gets a little awkward. They give you the ability to run up the walls through the use of your triangles, and this frees up the levels a lot better so you can run around and your perspective will twist and shape depending on which walls you run up. Some of the puzzles are clearly designed for you to be able to run and parkour round in circles and over the ceiling and down, and I think that's quite a good way of doing it. And there's also some consideration for the fact that the triangles go through the levels, through the scenery, and you'll notice that your character will seem to vault over them rather than just shift through it or fall off the wall irritatingly. So they have considered this, and it does feel like you're actually parkouring up the level. And then after this they introduce other aspects like shifts in the perspective, so the gravity will shift from room to room. There will be wood walls where you can't place triangles. Well, technically you can't place triangles on them, but you can cover them up with the triangles. That's a bit of a spoiler. So, you know, but considering that's the first puzzle involving that, I'm sure it wouldn't take you too long to figure it out. Then there's other things like moving blocks onto buttons, pulling levers, the usual things with these, and then light bending and teleportation, and there's quite a few different ways that the game goes, and it's definitely worth the $12.99 retail price if you like puzzle games like this. If not, then clearly you know your choice, but if you do enjoy puzzle games like Portal, Cube, etc., then this is definitely a purchase that you're going to want to make. I mean, no other games give you this ability to be so versatile with just triangles. Sometimes it feels like you might want to have a paint tool that just lets you paint in, you know, dragging your paint on a line of triangles to go a certain path, but then I can see why they haven't gone down that route, because that would make some of the puzzles far too easy. And yeah, it does make traversing between floor and wall a bit more difficult if you don't get the angle exactly right, but that's just part of the thing, just drawing more triangles until you get the job done and sorted. And then that's how you solve the puzzles and go around and do the different things. And they've not only put a lot of effort into making sure that the puzzles are challenging but not too hard that you'll be frustrated, and also not too easy that you'll get bored. There's a lot of time and consideration gone into the artwork and the sound effects. Like there'll be sound triggers, for example when you're high up on the rafters you will hear the wind blowing and give the effect that you're very high up and add tension like they do in good movies, and cut off the background music, so sometimes there'll be silence or like little subtle effects to emphasize the mood that is being portrayed in that room. Also there's triangles in the trees with the leaves and the whole theme of triangles going around, and the foxes as well. There's hidden fox statues, not only the gold statues that you can find, but also tributes to the blue and the red fox gods pointing to something. Maybe they help, maybe they hinder. I'm sure that you can figure it out for yourself. That's all part of the puzzle game, to figure out these aspects for yourself. There is the guiding force of the priest of the temple, who gives you hints and talks to you as tutorialization, so you're not just completely wandering around completely lost, not having a clue what is going on. And I think that all in all it's a very well designed game that will last you several hours. I mean, initially the first level are rather short, but that's purely because they are the tutorial aspects to get you through to pick up a couple of new powers. But once you've got the new powers, the levels open up and become a lot longer and a lot more challenging, and the length of the game definitely worth the £13 price tag. So variations depending on where you live, or if there's a sale on. There's Christmas sales coming up soon, so if you're umming and ahhing, pick it up in the Christmas sale. You won't be disappointed with the price, I can guarantee you that. So check it out for yourself. Try, the links are below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you around.